We're being joined now by the top seed Gonzaga Bulldogs, who beat St. Mary's 70-54. Gonzaga will make its 17th consecutive appearance in the West Coast Conference Championship tomorrow night when they face either BYU or San Francisco at 6 p.m. We're being joined by head coach Mark Few, along with student athletes David Stockton and Sam Dower Jr., who now has a West Coast Conference tournament record with 23 made free throws and 23 consecutive made free throws. Coach, I'd like to start with you, please.
Yeah. A smattering of applause.
Coach, your thoughts on the win tonight?
You know what? It was from a coaching point of view. It was great to see. It was workmanlike. It was very physical. It was, Plan A wasn't always working, Plan B wasn't always working, but these guys stayed with it, and found different ways to be successful. I thought St. Mary's did a good job of kind of slowing the pace down, and really playing our bigs physical. And the neat thing to see from our end is that, we have other guys that can step up, and David stepped up big time tonight. We needed every one of those. And I thought some of our other guys came in and made plays. Drew Barham came in and impacted the game even without hitting a shot. Usually he impacts the game from three, but he really got some big rebounds, made some big steals, some big hustle plays that let us extend that lead in the second half.
We'll take questions from media members. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. Please let us know your name and your affiliation before you ask your question. I'd like to start with questions for student athletes first, please.
Howie Stolk, Sports Press Northwest. David, what's missing out of your mouth? Did you lose a tooth or get it chipped, or what happened?
No, I was close to biting through my lip, but it hung on, so it's all right. Just swollen.
Okay. Could you talk a little bit about just the both you and Sam? It did get pretty physical there. Seemed like there were a couple words and looks a couple times. What was it like out there?
Like you said, it was really physical and fast-paced game, and I think we're pretty well built for that type of war. I mean, we've played a lot of teams that try to make it physical, and they kind of just prepared us for tonight.
He said it all.
5 years of that. They've been living together for 5 years, and one guy does all the talking and makes all the decisions in the house.
Other questions for student athletes?
Hey, David Todd Millis, Tacoma News Tribune. I know you're kind of the one that's often targeted people attacking you off the dribble and getting to the rack. How did it feel with kind of the shoes on the other foot tonight?
I think we just saw that we could push it in transition, and we got a lot of buckets off that, and I was just trying to search and just explore and see if they give lanes.
Other questions? Go back to Steve. You're good. Yep.
Mark, the past 6 seasons or so, you and St. Mary's have been really tight at the top of the conference. This season, you've obviously had some separation. How come?
I mean, I just think it's one of those years. I mean, it's sometimes it's been more cyclical in the conference, with teams stepping up and having good runs. I think they've just had some tough bounces this year. I mean, they're still a really, really tough out. We've played very, very good against them, especially the first 2 times, and we played solid again tonight. But they're right there. I think they just lost some tough games. In the middle of the conference there that hurt them a little bit, or else, I mean, I think they're certainly physical enough and got some weapons that I think if they would have won those games, they probably would have been, hunting an NCAA bid.
For David and Sam, I know it was Gary on Holt for the most part tonight, but it's a team effort defensively. Not only tonight, but all 3 games, you guys really shut him down. What do you guys do defensively to bother him and disrupt his game?
We just want to make sure he sees a lot of eyes and help. He's the head of the snake, and so we put our best defender on him, and Gary, and he does a great job. He's guarded him, every year he's been here at Gonzaga, so he's pretty experienced with that, and we just really try to make it tough for him, everything.
Yeah, it's just a team effort. We don't leave our guys out there on an island. Even though Gary's a good defender, we know Holt's a good offensive player, so we're always, as Stock said, we have a bunch of eyes on him, make things tough for him, try to force him to pass the ball instead of him isolation one-on-one.
And Coach, same thing for you. Just what have you guys done against him, and why have you had so much success defensively?
I mean, it's great to hear these guys echoing what we talk about. You know, I mean, when we prepare for them, we want him to have to see a lot of eyes. We want to be in the right help positions. We want Sam, to be an active defender on the ball screen, which I think he did a nice job tonight. I think Shemek's very underrated with how well he moves his feet out there. And then, when he does clear that first line, we want to get down there and contest all his tough twos, because he loves to attack the rim, and we want to get up and go vertical and try to attack, make it hard on those dribble attacks.
Other questions for Coach Fewer, student athletes? Got a John here in the front.
Gary seemed to come with some renewed aggressiveness or something in the last couple of games. It seems maybe an extra something that he hasn't had the last part of the regular season.
I mean, I think he's feeling a little bit healthier since he got back, and maybe having those 4 weeks off in the middle of the season. I don't think his legs are probably as tired, as beat down as some of these other guys. But, I mean, with all these guys, they kind of pick and choose, and it's hard to make sweeping generalizations about their games. But hopefully we're at our best when he's hunting shots and, making strong drives to go with Kev, to go with Stocks, to go with Kyle. Had some nice drives, and then obviously the bigs have been great down the stretch here.
Let's go to Bud here in the front.
Mark, did they schematically play your bigs any different tonight than they did the first two games?
I mean, they doubled harder than maybe they've had in the past. They tried doubling us a little bit in Moraga, but we found David for a couple lay-ins, and they did a little bit of that. I just thought it was a much more physical game. It was really, did a good job pushing them out and challenging them and bodying up to them.
Let's go to Amanda here on the right.
Sam, you guys are no strangers to this finals game, but how exciting is that finals championship atmosphere?
Oh, it's very exciting, especially for me and Stocks and Drew. It's our senior year, so we're looking to get the most out of it. It's our last run at it, so we're going to try to bring whatever we bring to the team in order for us to be successful tomorrow.
David, same for you. Is there any extra motivation with it being your last year?
Yeah, I mean, being my last year, we obviously want to play well and win that game. And also, we've just no, I don't have anything to say. Actually, I'm good.
That's a first.
Jim.
For Sam, Waldo really came out aggressive, going to the hole all the time, but the second half, it seemed you guys were able to slow him down. I know he's sat out for a while, but did you guys do anything different down the stretch with him?
I think it was just more effort, trying to push him off the block. He's a big guy, he's strong, so it's pretty tough to do, but, it's just all will. We talked about it at halftime, got to limit his touches, push him off the block, and we know that he likes to spin baseline sometimes, so we tried to find ways to take that away. We also had a lot of help, either, double team with the guard or with another big, and that, made him struggle a little bit.
All right, Gonzaga, congrats on the win. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you.
We're being joined now by the St. Mary's Gales, who, with the loss, are 22-11 on the season thus far. Joined by head coach Randy Bennett, along with student athletes Brad Waldo, Stephen Holt, and Paul McCoy. Coach, we'd like to start with you, please, an opening statement on tonight's game.
Yeah, no, I told our guys, I thought last time we played them we didn't play hard enough. We played pretty hard tonight, and there's times in the game I thought we played harder than they did. But we did not play well enough. You're not going to shoot 35% and beat those guys or shoot bad. You got to play well and play hard. We came a little closer. We played hard. So I wasn't down on our guys on that. We had lapses defensively still, but better. We're getting better, and we should still be playing after this. So hopefully we'll keep improving. And we didn't play well enough when we played them this year to beat them.
We'll take questions in the interest of time for student athletes or Coach Bennett. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Start with Jeff here.
Jeff Ferrado with the Oakland Tribune. Randy, can you just talk about the offensive difficulties you had against them in all three games? And it looked like they were really targeting Stephen to make it difficult for him to do anything.
Yeah, they do, and that's exactly what they do. They make it hard for Holt. They basically triple team him when he's in an on-ball. And if you're going to have that, some guys are going to have to step up and make shots. And so we never could solve that this year. I thought that one place we could score on was inside with Brad, and he did. And our guards just have to play, but they're going to have to play better. Our fours are going to have to shoot the ball. They're going to leave our four wide open. So you're going to have to make some shots. It's pretty simple, but they're big at the basket. So if you get past them, they're hard to finish on. Stephen's a pretty good finisher, but they can bother us there. So the other thing, they're hard to get a second shot on. They're good defensively. They're the best team in our league defensively. They're very big. Their guards are good defenders, and they definitely give us problems. They gave us problems last year too.
Steve in the front. It's coming at you.
For any of the players, you guys have been in the NCAA tournament the past 2 seasons. Almost assuredly won't be this time. Will you have the right mindset playing an NIT game?
I think we will. I mean, the seniors, we just want to go out and lead by example. And like I mentioned, every single press conference, talk to their attitudes. And we just got to get back to the drawing board. And I felt like we competed pretty well. But obviously, we're gonna be excited for our next game, next opportunity. If we get into the NIT, that's great.
First, Stephen, can you talk about what they did defensively, not only tonight, but all 3 games against them to frustrate you a little bit?
They just want to make it difficult in on balls. The guard would go over, and Big would center field, and if we didn't have a shooter in the corner, they'd most likely hedge out and basically triple team, like Coach said. And they just wanted to pressure me to make it difficult in on balls, and then when I would penetrate and all the defense would collapse, so I'd try and kick out the shooters, but we only shot 37% for the game and 25 from 3, and that's just not going to get it done.
Let's go to Bud in the back.
Randy, Bud Withers, Seattle Times. David Stockton has been really aggressive in this tournament. I just wondered if he looks like the same player he's always been, or is he a different guy?
He was sure good tonight. He played well. So some of it, I mean, we don't guard him, and so their bigs are such a factor that you have to help somewhere. And we did a nice job on there in the second. It was a really good job. I thought Hodgson played well for us, and Brad did a good job, and Garrett and Bo did a pretty good job when they're in. But we did a good job there, and the trade out you get is, Stockton is open more, and I thought he was good in transition. I don't want to take anything away from him, but some of it has to do with how we play him, and he made us pay tonight.
Other questions for Coach Bennett or student athletes? Anything else? All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Yep.